Hi there, today's just a short session on some points we have seen from our reviews of clients' employers' returns for this year. So taking you through them one by one. First of all, it is actually possible to request an extension. So the deadline is typically the end of this month, April, but it is possible to request an extension. They can be submitted electronically, and we've got some key tips and areas to watch out for on the actual submission itself. This is an example of a letter we're using to request an extension, and key points to point out is here we talk about the forms. We have the file number, and that's on the IR56 that you've received. We have the company name. We then talk about it here. We're mentioning COVID, we don't normally, obviously, but with some clients overseas, there are real delays due to COVID post. And make sure that you insert contact details down here, and then have it signed appropriately down here in the company name. We tend to do these in hard copy. Some years we have done them by fax, but it is best to do this by hard copy if possible. Typically the extension is another month, but there's no harm in asking for a little bit more if you think you need it. Not a lot of people do this, but this is very relevant. I think is especially good if you are submitting a nil return. If you have your e-tax registration, even if that's not for the company, but for you personally, as someone in Hong Kong, you can go onto the government website or do a Google search for online submission of IR56, and you'll see the filing of employees return notification, and you can go through that system after you've logged in, and you can submit electronically. One point to see here is that on this step 2, what we use when we do this is we select these radio buttons here. That means that you'll actually fill it in on screen, and then you'll submit it automatically. Now you have to be an authorized signer, so that's a director or a company secretary typically of the entity. They also allow things like manager, directors, and CFO, etc. So that's electronic signing, very quick, very easy. Now, the actual cover sheet, so this is from the IRD website, an example, but this is what will have gone to your correspondence or registered address. So some points we see are sometimes not done right here. So first of all, these tick boxes. So you tick yes here if you have had staff who are within scope, or you tick no here if you have not had any staff in scope. You then have to fill in the number of forms you're attaching. So generally for all of our clients, it's prepared in paper format and you attach them. So make sure you attach the right number of forms, because they will actually return this and say you wrote 5 and not 6. So it's worth double counting. Now, if you submitted them electronically, you'd fill that in down here. But as I say, most people, it's this first box. Then another place that's sometimes missed is down here. So you have to write your name in block capitals. It's good to put an email address because they'll email you if there's any big issues, and you need your designation here. Director is the typical, company secretary is a good one. Yeah, you know, we stay down here what they accept. The important posts are accepted by the language they use. So financial controller, they say, CFO, managing director. Make sure you write it here so they know who it is. Make sure you sign it. We recommend you don't use black ink, you use blue ink so they know it's not a digital signature. Telephone number and the date there. Those are all very, very important. We are not allowed to have it signed by your secretary on behalf of you as such. That's it. So if you need, go get an extension, see if you can sign electronically, and when you do submit it, make sure you tick all of the right boxes. Any questions, as always, please let us know. Thank you.